Today we will take you on a journey across time into the story of the phoenix, a mythical bird filled with charm, power, and immortality. When speaking of the phoenix, many people already know its name, for it appears in nearly every culture, in literature, films, company logos, even in the names of cities. But what makes the phoenix unforgettable in the human heart is not only its magnificent image or its fiery colors, it is the deeper meaning beyond appearances. Why is the phoenix a symbol of rebirth? Why has it been honored as the sacred bird of eternal fire? And most importantly, what lessons can we learn from its legend? The flames of the phoenix are not the end. They are the beginning of something new. The story of the phoenix has fascinated humanity for thousands of years. And surprisingly, even as time passes, its legend continues to inspire across every age, from ancient Egypt, Greece, Rome, and China, all the way to the modern world. And what's even more interesting is this. Since starting this channel, we have never spoken of the phoenix, even though it is one of the most powerful symbols of transformation, growth, and rebirth. In ancient Egypt, there was a sacred bird known as Bennu, the earliest form of the eternal firebird that later inspired Western civilization. Bennu was closely tied to the sun god Ra, symbolizing the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. Bennu was the embodiment of the sun and eternity. It was also linked with the Nile River, the source of all life. They believed Bennu was the very shadow of the sun, drifting between sky and water. Its feathers shimmered like the first rays of dawn. Its vast wings carried the winds of change, bringing renewal across creation. Its eyes reflected the passage of time. Pharaohs and Egyptian kings believed that at the end of their lives, their souls would travel with Bennu to cross into rebirth. That is why pyramids and royal tombs often contained meteorite stones carved into the image of Bennu, placed at the pyramid's highest point. Bennu never truly perishes. It simply rises again and again, like the sun at every dawn. When the myth of the sacred sunbird crossed the Mediterranean, the Greeks and Romans reshaped it. Instead of being just a symbol of the sun god, it became a living emblem of eternal fire and rebirth, the phoenix. This was the first time the Greeks gave the firebird its name. Its wings glowed in copper gold, blazing like fire. Its eyes shone with the brilliance of dawn. Its cry resonated like a cosmic hymn. It was said that every 500 years the phoenix would set itself aflame, not as an ending, but as a return to the fire of transformation. No one can destroy the phoenix, for it chooses to burn itself, only to be reborn. In ancient Chinese legend, there is also a sacred bird similar to the phoenix called Fenghuang. It is the symbol of harmony, balance, and prosperity. Fenghuang's feathers display 5 colors, representing the 5 elements of creation: gold, earth, water, wind, and fire. Its colors shimmer like sunlight reflected on a riverbank, mirroring the power of the cosmos united as one. Fenghuang was seen as the empress's counterpart, while the dragon symbolized the emperor. It only appeared when the world entered an age of peace, but if the world became chaotic and lacked virtue, it would vanish. Fenghuang does not need rebirth, for it has never perished. Now that we understand the phoenix's origins, another question arises. Why have people across all ages remained so enchanted by this sacred bird? Of course, immortality and rebirth make the phoenix legendary, but one truth cannot be denied. The phoenix is described as so beautiful that even the gods pause to gaze upon it. In Greek mythology, it is said that when the phoenix soared across the heavens, its wings reflected sunlight like streams of golden fire. Its song resonated like celestial music. The god Apollo, deity of the sun, music, and light, was stunned when he first beheld the phoenix. So moved, he granted it the gift of immortality in exchange for its eternal presence by his side. From that moment, the phoenix became the symbol of eternity and beauty that would never fade. The phoenix is not merely the most beautiful of birds. It is a living lantern of heaven, radiating light from its very body. When its wings spread in full glory, the sky itself transforms into copper and fiery orange, as though a second sun had risen above the horizon. With every beat of its wings, flames of life burst forth from its feathers, as if it were born entirely of pure fire. When it flies across the sky, its body leaves trails of golden sparks shimmering in its wake. At night, it does not blaze like fire, but glows softly like a constellation of stars shimmering in the dark. Its tail is one of its most striking features. Some legends describe the phoenix's tail as having 3 radiant feathers, gleaming in copper and crimson flame, flowing endlessly like fire that never dies. Even in darkness, its tail shimmered with unceasing light. Its eyes, too, were filled with immense power, glowing with brilliance. It was believed that anyone who locked eyes with the phoenix would see into the depths of their own soul. How many times does the phoenix sing? The phoenix does not cry out constantly. It sings only at the most important moments of its life cycle. There are 3 sacred songs, each with its own meaning. 1. The Song of Dawn, a new beginning. The very first cry of the phoenix echoes the instant it rises from its ashes. It is the announcement of its return. Its voice is clear and radiant, like golden bells at sunrise. It awakens the power of life, stirring all creation. This is the sound of rebirth, declaring that the cycle has begun again. 2. The Song of Fire, power and transformation. Whenever the world undergoes great change, the phoenix lifts its voice. It sings when humanity enters a new era, or when a great transformation of the earth unfolds. The cry is no ordinary sound, but a mighty roar, like the crackle of flames or the thunder of storms, reverberating across the heavens. Its rhythm is heavy, shifting with the emotion of the phoenix, resonating like rolling thunder in a tempest. It was said that those who heard this song felt their very bodies tremble with power. This is the sound of strength, announcing the world's great passage into something new. 3. The final song, the hymn of release. At its life's end, before it burns, the phoenix sings one last time. This final cry is not sorrowful, but glorious. It is a hymn of joy and completion, proclaiming the beauty of transition. Those who hear it feel something stir deep in their hearts, as though they have touched the eternal rhythm of life itself. This song tells us there is no ending. There is only the crossing into a greater beginning. This is the phoenix's final voice, the hymn of release, before flames birth it anew. In ancient legends, the phoenix's tears are said to be divine, not ordinary drops, but pure essence capable of healing wounds, restoring life, and cleansing suffering. Yet these sacred tears are not given to everyone. They fall only for those with pure hearts, filled with kindness, who have proven their worth. When do the tears fall? The phoenix sheds tears only at 2 sacred moments. 1. When it meets one worthy of healing, for the pure of heart, the brave, the selfless. A single drop could cleanse poison, close wounds, and restore vitality. 2. at the moment of its final song. Just before it returns to fire, the phoenix sheds a last tear. It was believed this drop could restore barren lands, or, in some tales, revive a soul on the edge of death. The phoenix's tears are not sorrow, but the pure power of life itself, gifted only to those truly worthy. The phoenix is not merely a creature that refuses to die. It exists within the sacred cycle of life. It chooses to burn itself, not to end, but to return in a form more pure, more radiant. When its final moment arrives, the phoenix soars to the Temple of the Sun at Heliopolis. There, it gathers sacred woods and fragrant herbs, building its own nest. Once the nest is complete, it steps into the flames with grace. The fire is pure, burning away what no longer belongs, cleansing all impurities, opening the way for rebirth. And before the flames consume it, the phoenix sings its final song. Not a lament, but a song of joy, hope, and release, a voice of acceptance, honoring the cycle of transformation. The last note fades, and then the fire rises, consuming the old body, so that new life may emerge. In ancient Egypt, it was believed that the ashes of the phoenix were gathered and kept in the Temple of the Sun. These ashes were not remnants of destruction, but holy dust, carrying the power of restoration. Whoever received them was said to be blessed with unending vitality. Many may long to be like the phoenix, beautiful, powerful, eternal. But behind its eternity lies a hidden truth. Immortality often comes with silence and solitude. The phoenix meets countless beings across ages, yet none remain. It has no mate, no family, no kind to share its endless journey. Each time it rises anew, it is the same phoenix, but the world has changed. People once known are gone. Cities once thriving may now be ruins. Memories fade, swept away by time. Though it embodies rebirth, it has no home to return to, because the world it once knew no longer exists. The phoenix leaves behind no legacy, no lineage, only cycles of burning and rising again into a world forever unfamiliar. It knows that eternity demands a price, the acceptance of unending solitude. That is the fate it must embrace with every rebirth. The phoenix is not only a symbol of physical power, it also embodies spiritual strength and awakening. Some legends say that those who witness the phoenix or hear its cry receive deep inspiration and the power to transform their lives. In philosophy and psychology, the phoenix represents inner change and spiritual rebirth. Those who can release the past, rise from failure, and grow stronger in spirit are often described as having the power of the phoenix. The fire is not destruction. It is cleansing. Each burning is the release of what no longer serves, making way for a purer beginning. The phoenix teaches us not to fear loss, but to embrace it as transformation. It does not cling to the past, because it knows nothing lasts forever. It accepts loss, and in doing so, it always rises again, each time stronger, wiser. It understands that change is often painful, yet it is the path of true growth. Just as in our own lives, there are things we cannot control. The phoenix shows us that acceptance is the key. With inner strength, we too can face change, rise again, and continue forward. Thus, the phoenix is more than myth. It is a mirror of the endless development of the soul, a symbol of change that propels us forward, both in life and in spirit. When we learn from the phoenix, its beauty, its immortality, its power to heal, one truth shines through. We must face change, even if it means burning away parts of ourselves again and again. That is the only way to break our own limits. The phoenix teaches that acceptance and transformation are the keys to growth. Every time we rise from our ashes, we are not hardened. We are wiser, stronger, and more alive. Inside each of us, there is a phoenix, the power to begin again, the courage to move forward, and the spirit to overcome every challenge. In a world of constant change, the phoenix reminds us to see truth and to rise again, over and over, without fear. And you? What is the phoenix within you like? You are welcome to share your story of renewal and inspiration in the comments below, so that your light may encourage others on their journey. With love and blessings from Dr.D Healing, Universal Energy Healing.